Hey guys, today I'm actually going to review something from Carl Richards that's called Your Money in his book, and I'm going to visit some of the slides that we used in some of our presentations. Here we'll hop into it. I think it explains money in a very unique way. So this first concept that I saw from Carl Richards that he had written out was money equals feelings. The reason why this stood out to me is because oftentimes we're taught or we feel that people that make good decisions with money that they're smart. When we look at the Warren Buffetts, the Kevin O'Leary's, Mark Cuban's, right? They all seem to be in this category of smart, but when in reality, money is actually feelings. So if we start with the correct understanding of coming from a place of we've all had or can think of a time where we've been out with our friends, with our family, or been with someone we like or love and have made a irresponsible financial decision. Why is that? That's because our emotions were tugging at our heart. And if we can allow that to be the premise, then we know that that is what we need to plan for and build off of. Okay. When we layer money equals that we're smart, what that often leads to is shame or guilt of something that we should have done, or maybe we made a mistake. And usually, what that shame or guilt causes us to do is to go into hiding instead of take action. So, for us to actually be able to take action, this is a much healthier foundation to build off of the fact that money equals feeling. So oftentimes we're going to feel like we want to do something, right? When we feel motivated at the beginning of the year to change our budget and to, lose our weight, right? We start taking steps with that. Then when those feelings fade, usually those habits fade with it. So what we want to do is take advantage of those feelings and put them into systems and processes and create a regimen like you guys are financial athletes uh, to start executing on. Because what we also know is that oftentimes we highlight money like it's the only thing in the the only thing that we have to think about, but there's also energy, time, and attention. Do we have the energy to focus on money? Do we have the time and do we have the attention? And then the funny thing is as life goes on, we end up usually having less energy, less time, and have to give attention to other things, right? Case being if we're married or if we're having kids. So what ends up happening is our money actually increases, but the amount of energy, time, and attention we have to focus on it strains. So it kind of, it makes sense why sometimes we wake up 5, 10 years from now and we feel like we haven't gone anywhere, right? Well, oftentimes that's because maybe our income's gone up, but all these other factors have gone down. And again, that's why we have to put these into a regimen. So, where does real financial planning start? It starts with our money and our life overlapping, right? Like making plans for what are the feelings that are going to come up during Christmas or during my daughter's birthday or my wife's anniversary, right? Like, or a family vacation. There are things that are going to happen during those time frames that may not make any sense, but I'm going to want to take action on something. Planning accordingly for that, giving ourselves some grace, right? Understanding that those emotions are going to come up, and more than likely, we're probably going to take action towards that. How do we plan for that and not feel shamed for it? Uh, it is a healthy place for us to start with, and I think that's where real financial planning begins.